Right, we're back online with Real Food Conversations. And today we've got a very fine cheese and yogurt maker out of the Midlands. And it's Philia. How are you this morning?
Hi there, Gary. I'm well, thanks. And you?
Cool. I see you've got your goodies right there in front of you. So the Gourmet Greek, we've been with you guys since we first started our journey. And you guys have grown really almost more than we have. So it's such a pleasure to have you online. And today we're talking about yogurt. And the reason we're talking about yogurt is because gut health is a big theme for Jackson's all the time, but we're really emphasizing it this month, being June Gut Health Month. And yeah, yogurt is a fermented product, but tell us more. What exactly is real yogurt?
Well, Gary, that's an interesting question. So what you find is a lot of people assume that yogurt is just what you get on every single store shelf. The problem with that is a lot of those yogurts, unfortunately, are filled with a lot of sugars, stabilizers, or artificial agents that you don't necessarily need. A natural yogurt will be one that has no added thickeners, no added stabilizers, no added starches, no added emulsifying agents of any sort, and preferably no added sugar, because your milk should actually be sweet enough to come through in the yogurt once you fermented the product.
So I remember the days when you guys were working with Organic Emporium, and they basically couldn't understand how and why you needed like 21 days shelf life on yogurt. And I remember them asking you at that stage, you guys were using, the only thing you were using to give shelf life was something called Zero Blow.
Yes.
And sorry, I just lost you there for a second. And they asked you to take it out, and actually it improved the product by removing absolutely every single drop of preservatives. Because I mean, who's going to keep yogurt for 21 days? You only need 5 days at most on yogurt. So I remember that's how our journey started. And you guys still don't add rubbish to your yogurts to keep them going, right?
No, so they're still 100% natural on the double cream and the low fat. The fruits have the natural, they have the fruit preservative that's in the actual fruit pulp, but everything else we've kept completely natural. So our double cream, our low fat, as you can see here on our ingredient list, has absolutely nothing added in. So you can see milk and selected cultures.
So I think your yogurt tastes better over time, and maybe you need to help because you are through and through Greek, and this is a recipe that's being passed down. What's the difference between Greek yogurt or Greek real yogurt or real Greek yogurt and what else you get in supermarkets?
So what's become quite tricky with that is a lot of products will say Greek, have been known to say Greek yogurt on their labeling, but in all what's actually the more accurate thing is in South Africa, you're not meant to be saying Greek on your labels. So you can say, I think they've now changed the legislation that you can say made strained yogurt. So a traditional Greek yogurt is a strained yogurt. So what happens is you've got your milk, you add your culture, and then once it's had its incubation time, you literally put it into muslin bags and you strain it. And that's what makes it more natural. Is you're removing the whey, which is the waste, and you're actually concentrating your proteins and your fats and your goodness while not adding anything else to stabilize or thicken your products. Is they are adding in your stabilizers and your thickeners, which is giving them 100% yield. Or with some of your other Greek style yogurts, they're making a thicker yogurt, but if you read the ingredients, sometimes there might be something added which you don't necessarily want in your product because you want it natural. Whereas your strained Greek yogurt, you're probably removing between 50 and 55% of the whey. So you're literally taking 100 liters and only getting 45 to 50 kgs out of it. But what that means is you're getting a much thicker, more concentrated product. So if you look here and you turn this one upside down, none of that yogurt is moving. So that yogurt's literally gone through the bags, been strained. And that means it also takes us a minimum of 3 days to make our product. So we'll start it on the first day, we strain it the second day, we can only package it on the third day, which means by the time it reaches your store, it's already 3 days old and there's no preservative, which means we try and make smaller batches so that we can make sure that every week we have sent you all the yogurt and it's completely sold out, so that we're sending you fresher products more often to keep the customer happier.
Well, that's amazing. And I remember going to a supermarket yogurt manufacturer, and it looked a bit like the fairground. There was this spinning sort of centrifugal thing, like when you go to the showground and you all get pulled to the side. And it looked like that. And they were making yogurt in a couple of hours. So I guess, taking shortcuts doesn't leave you with that sweetness that you get from your product. But tell us about the probiotics and why is this Greek yogurt that you guys make so good for your guts?
So what you find with our yogurt, well, with most yogurt, it's a fermented product. With our yogurt, it contains natural live bacteria. So what that does, it actually strengthens your gut and your digestive tract. What you'll find is, because it's concentrated, you'll find there's more goodness per every spoonful that you take, which means it's a lot better for you. So basically, when you take antibiotics and they tell you to go buy that probiotic to line your stomach, if you were to go and buy a natural good yogurt, preferably our strained Greek yogurt because it's more concentrated, you'd be able to eat a little bit of that every single day, and that would actually help your gut rather than going and buying more things, more pills, more bottles off the shelves. And then if you take our yogurt into account, there's no hidden sugars, there's no hidden ingredients you don't know about. So what we find is moms prefer it for their children. So when they're first starting to feed their little ones yogurts and things like that, they would rather use a natural product that doesn't have those sweeteners or those sugars in, because you don't want to be introducing that so young. Then what you'll also find is we've got a lot of a following from your fitness fanatics, the people who want a more natural, a better product for you that's just good for you, that basically keeps your system going and fills you up nicely. So if you take into account our low-fat yogurt, what you're looking at here is you're getting a 9-gram protein per 100 grams servings. You're only getting 0.7 grams of fat, and you're getting, the carbs are very low. The carbs are only 2 grams per 100 gram serving. So what you find is that suits a lot of your fitness guys, because they don't want to have those high carbs that are often in there when you add in extra additives, and they don't want to have the high fat. So the low fat is still made the exact same way as our normal double cream range. However, we just remove the fat. The double cream, on the other hand, still has that excess fat, but the carbs are still very low, making it a lot more beneficial to the guys who are balancing or who want the high protein and fat, but they don't want that added extra carbohydrate that often comes from those thickeners and from those states that people prefer it, because you're not adding those sugars and those sweeteners and those things. And because it's so thick, I've had diabetic people come and tell me they buy it and they use it as a spread on their bread. So instead of the butters or the jams or those lower sugar things, they actually just spread yogurt on their bread.
It's incredible. And, if you just read out the carb count on the double thick, that's the reason I eat it every single day. I literally have a low carb granola from All About Health, and I have this product on it. And I've literally done that for 5 years. I haven't found a more nutritious breakfast than that, which gives me the good fats. It gives me protein. I get extra protein from the nuts in the granola, and I don't get a high carb count. And I mean, I just actually can't survive on the days that I'm traveling and I can't get this. I actually struggle. So I am a bit of an addict. But the carb count was what, like 8 or 6 per 100 on the double?
So on the double cream, your carb count is 2 grams per 2 grams per 100 grams.
Which is so low, guys. And I mean, and a lot of people knock you by saying, yeah, but it's high in calories. The point is you're getting awesome fats. Am I right?
Yeah, so it's good for you. It's keeping you full for longer, but without putting those nasties in that you find you burn through quickly and then you need to eat again quickly.
I find that all the time. I find that I don't need a big portion. I don't even use a whole small one like you've got in front of you. I can use half of that with my granola in the morning, and I'm actually sorted. And I don't eat again until the evening. And it's not like I'm starving myself or I'm fasting. It's just that I don't eat. I don't feel like I need to eat again. And so I basically, for my body type, if I eat twice a day, and that's all I have for breakfast, I'll have a coffee in the day. I mean, it's highly nutrient dense. I mean, it absolutely is. So thank you very much for coming on the show. It's really been awesome. I want to get you back on to discuss cheese quite soon, real cheese. But in the meantime, say hi to everyone at the farm. I haven't been down there for 3 months, or I was last in December there. Really nice.
Yeah.
And look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thanks so much, Filia.
Thanks, Gary. Have a good weekend.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.